The boys are back in town. What's up, guys?
The boys are back in town.
You back, Joe?
Hey, man, you know.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Optimal PTO that you use.
Yeah, that's more than I ever used. I don't like that.
Optimal PTO right there.
I missed the good one last week.
Yes, you did.
you was on one.
Knockdown, drag out.
You was on one last
Can't speak on it, you wasn't here.
Yeah, you was on one.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah. Coach, give me your song of the week.
My song of the week is Let's Go remix by Keith Glock and Young Dolph.
Ah, okay. I ain't even heard that yet. I forgot that they did the remix.
I like that.
Nah, literally, it just came out last week, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I heard the song, the original song. I ain't heard the remix with all. What you got, Jeff?
Take it outside of the hip hop world real quick. Young Teddy Swims, The Door.
The Door.
Yeah.
Is he leaving the door open?
Nah, it ain't that.
Oh, okay.
I play it for you on
okay.
break.
Here we go. Yeah.
You heard it too. When
okay.
You hear it.
All right. My song is a classic. Kanye West, Flashing Lights. Yeah. One of the best videos of all time.
Yeah, it's a good video.
It's a good video. It makes sense. The cameraman said that song was for Common. So,
the beat of the song.
Yeah. That's the thing, too. I heard people talking about this, too. Ye always gave Common the best beats. Like, he was in the A folder. He would give somebody else. He was in the A folder.
Shot-town
Y'all know.
Common was in
no
the A
question.
folder.
Yeah, he was in the A folder.
Just look at the B album.
Yeah.
He was in
Jay.
album.
Who else is in that A folder? Push
is definitely in the A
Yeah.
folder.
Common, Jay.
Common, Jay, Push. That might be it.
Nah, it's one.
Big Sean.
Nah, he gave
Big Sean the A folder on one album, that Dark Sky Paradise.
Yeah.
Rick Ross.
What other song other than Devil in the Blue Dress? What do you give Rick Ross?
We gotta talk about that.
Okay.
It's not a hip hop show. It should be, but it's not. But it should be for sure.
No,
can be.
It can be?
It can be.
No.
Yeah, it can.
It can.
Yeah, it can.
Not
That's what I'm
FSP.
saying. Yeah, not FSP.
There you go.
Spinoff.
But a remix, baby.
There you go.
Damn, remix.
There you go.
Damn, man. He invented the remix.
The remix is done.
You can't even.
We can't do it. We can't do it.
Man, come on. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Dude, the remix is gone.
I forgot to tell him.
Full sport press.
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. When the right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full sport press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for 3, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for.
Full sport press.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan, and this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your man, Coach Lock.
Weezy is out on assignment. Shout out to you, Weezy. Cameraman,
Weezy.
how you doing, brother? Excellent. Tired. Tired.
He tired, boss.
He tired, boss.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. Episode 517. Whoo! We're making history
Getting
today.
up there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, man.
sir.
Oh, 517
on 517.
At the
Look
time
at
of
you,
recording.
At the time of
At the
recording.
time of
At the time of
recording.
recording.
Hey.
All right.
Okay.
Play that number.
That number.
Play that big three.
Yeah, the South Side. We gotta make a call 517. We're breaking down the 2024 WNBA season.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better damn know it.
And you better damn believe it.
Kick it off. Best of the week, Coach. Talk to the people.
Man, my best of the week, man. Got to see another year on Earth.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Celebrated a birthday this week.
That's right.
Shout out to the birthdays.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Nothing like a good birthday, dog.
Nothing like it.
Happy birthday, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I guess I'll go. My best of the week is NCAA college football. We after 11 lonely years, we have a release date.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, 7/19/2024. Woo.
So,
11 of them.
If it's 7/19, it drops.
Yeah.
When does the league start?
Soon. It does. It drops soon. A lot of people listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might not be invited no more.
Ooh.
But yeah, no.
Just speaking on that.
What sucks though is that we never got to play with Heisman Lamar Jackson. That stinks. That's the one person that I wish that we were able to play with on college. Yeah. Because we got everybody else. I mean, that Florida State team would have been fire to play with.
James Porter, College Jameis would have been
College Jameis. College Christian McCaffrey.
Wow, my God.
Yeah. That would have been tough.
Yeah. College Saquon.
College Saquon. Hey, listen. College Jalen Ramsey, dude.
That's that Florida State team.
That's that Florida State team. That's a tough squad.
Best team.
College South Gardner. You know how I would have got. Listen, I would have traded them.
Porter.
He'd have been in the Porter.
He'd have been in the Porter. I'd have been in that Porter.
Yeah.
I'd have been in that Porter.
So there's a question right quick for because I'm not able to play in the league. Are y'all gonna import the class to the Madden?
Got to.
Gotta do it.
Got to.
It's gonna be so much realistic now.
Yeah.
Because y'all actually will be playing with them in college to go play with them in Madden. That's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. I can't wait.
Shout out to
I'm excited, man. Lord willing. What you got, Joe?
Oh man, that was mine. And we actually doing our first WNBA show. Show. It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
If we ain't gonna do it, we're gonna do it right.
Right on time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
Right on time.
Look at us.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Growth.
Coach, what you got worst of the week?
Man, worst of the week, man. I got some news from you yesterday. It just made it my worst of the week for sure. The NFL took Taylor Swift's concert schedule into consideration.
Yeah. It's tough.
Before scheduling NFL games. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? Come on, dog. Like, relax. I get it, but no. I just don't like it. I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Yeah. I'm +1.
Yes.
+2. Yeah. Nah. Listen, what Drake say? Taylor Swift the biggest gangster in this music thing. Yeah. It's the world thing.
Yeah.
World, Craig.
The world.
Yeah. My worst of the week is NBA nicknames, man. I was thinking about this over the weekend. NBA nicknames gotten super lazy, dog. Used to be Chocolate Thunder, the Round Mound, the Rebound, the
Shaq
Worm,
Diesel.
Shaq Diesel. He about 4.
Yeah. Big Aristotle.
The Big
Cactus.
He was naming himself.
Superman, bro, we got the Joker.
Yeah.
That ain't really cold, bro. He don't even smile.
Yeah. It's because his name is Jokic.
Dude, we got Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Come on. SGA is SGA?
Yeah, we got to do better.
Luka is so Vinny and Drip.
No,
that one ain't bad.
That ain't bad.
But they don't even talk about it. I'm the only person to say that.
I would say.
Yeah.
You know who fault this is? It's D-Wade's fault.
Nah, Flash hard.
Yeah, because he went by, but he more so went by D-Wade, though.
Once
he left Converse, Flash went
the truth.
That was a good one.
Sean Marion's the Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
Well, Sean Kemp was the Rain Man.
The Rain Man.
The mailman.
Come on, man. The glove. Air.
Mount Mutombo.
The Black Mamba.
The Dream.
The Dream.
What you got, Joe?
Well, I'll go back to the NFL. Christmas football. They have teams playing the weekend prior to Christmas and then turning around playing 3 to 4 days later on Christmas Day. Playing a football game 3 days after you played another football game should be ridiculous. The NFLPA.
Kyle Hamilton, he talked about that. It's 3 games in 10 days.
3 games in 10 days.
Asking for injuries.
The NFL should be ashamed of itself.
Yeah.
And you got to have Netflix and Peacock and Prime and everything else just to watch all the NFL games.
Yeah, they getting us.
Sunday ticket don't even matter.
FSP, we got to work as a team, y'all.
Yeah.
We got to get some passwords now.
Yeah, we got to make this work.
One team, one dream.
There you go.
But they're scheduling around Taylor Swift though. But you won't. Come on, man.
Hey,
come on.
Hey, that's how them raised when she in the paint, when she in the
biggest gangster in this thing, man.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Music to catch the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. J-Ho.
Yes, sir.
And Coach Locke.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys have a yellow box of Cheerios recipient for our listeners?
We do. This week's award recipient is the WNBA and so-called charter flights.
It's correct. Yes. The WNBA has started to implement its regular season chartering program for the beginning of the 2024 campaign, with the Indiana Fever and the Minnesota Lynx flying private for their opening day games at Seattle and Connecticut, respectively. Now, Personnel from multiple teams told ESPN they haven't received word from the league on when they'll start their charter services. Brianna Stewart released a statement, and she said, and I quote, 2 out of 5 WNBA teams traveling today on WNBA charters. That is a win for the league. Could be a bigger one if the W allowed teams who were not offered league charters to secure their own. Then the solution would already be fixed, end quote, considering the fact that Josiah, the New York Liberties chief organization person, chief governor, owner's bad to say, but said that he would have chartered flights for the girls last year. So this is the thing. Cathy Engelberger announced that all 12 teams would charter planes by May 21st. The league's plan will cost $25 million per year for the next 2 seasons. Previously, WNBA teams can only charter during the postseason and for regular season games on back-to-back days, requiring air travel. Guys, roll it out when everybody can do it.
That's
it.
we go.
That's just it.
Yeah.
If I get Caitlin Clark, you can't put Angel Reese on the bus. You can't have her playing Southwest and the people on the thing going to Black Bike Week in South Carolina with her.
my God.
Like, you can't do that.
Can't do it.
No.
The messed up part about this is the WNBA had at least a season to know what was going to happen. They had the most eyes on them they've ever had right now, and continuing to drop the ball in these areas.
Every time.
Games aren't readily available for preseason to watch. Can't stream them. The WNBA app isn't readily available everywhere it needs to be. If you are league pass purchasers like myself and J-Hove are from previous years, like come on, y'all. Like,
and they done push league pass up from $21 to $35. I was telling Coach about that yesterday on the sneak
Tried
fit.
to get you.
Tried to get you.
They tried to get you.
Come on, man.
The WNBA like Jeff mentioned, they got to stop doing this. Every time they get the eyes and the attention of the country and the world, they do something like this, and it makes you be like, see, this is why right here. You can't do that, man. That's showing favoritism.
It's favoritism.
Like,
and I get it's Caitlin Clark. But at the end of the day, the Chicago Sky should have been on that same charter.
Yep.
Find a way. Cathy Engelberger.
Because newsflash, Chicago Sky selling out games too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I tried to go to the Dreaming Sky game. Them tickets through the roof right now. So
Sell out. The whole season sold out, I think.
that's what I'm saying. So I get the eyes are on Caitlin, rightfully so. But there's some eyes going other places too.
We all charter or we don't nobody charter.
One charter, no charter. Let's go, man. Everybody got a charter, man. They say they have it fixed by the 21st. We shall see.
That's too late.
But it sucks to the fact that the first chartered flight only goes now to the person that was that was the hope for the league. You know, Larry Bird, and I said it all the time. This is Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
But in 2-3 years, Jordan coming.
Jordan better believe.
Jordan,
You better believe
on the
Jordan is
way.
on the way, buddy.
Me.
Jordan on the way.
Listen to me.
Jordan on the way, Jack. You better know that.
You want to see somebody that can get to it?
Jordan
is on the way.
Just
Jack.
wait.
You run that double.
That little trap y'all doing right now?
Nah. It's Pap season. Yeah. I'll take that to Cathy, man. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Full Sport Press.
This your boy FSP Weezy. Join us each and every Monday on all streaming platforms. And don't forget, everything is paid for.
The Revolution will be podcasted. First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like you do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your man, Coach Locke. Big Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Where can they find you at on social media, my brother?
Man, Coach, it's J Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
J-Ho, talk to the people.
It's on Instagram and it's on Twitter. It's J-Ho, man. No underscores, no nothing, man. We the originators, man. Shout out to the boys.
Coming over the threads yet?
Nah. I'm coming out with a T-shirt.
Oh, my God.
I just
And
Shit.
and as always, man.
I can't say it. Somebody might steal it.
Yeah. So as always, nothing has changed. Just Lock _the_great. That's THA. Get at me.
Yeah.
So let's kick the first half off. It's not thievery. We will speak on NBA talk.
God.
I'm just saying. The Phoenix Suns named Milwaukee Bucks champion head coach Mike Budenholzer as their next head coach. The sides agreed to terms on a 5-year deal, $50 million plus incentives, According to league sources, Phoenix fired Frank Vogel on Thursday after one season as its coach. The Suns went 49-33 in the regular season and were swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the opening round of the Western Conference playoffs. Doesn't look like a bad loss as we look at it right now. Mike Budenholzer. If you ain't got no help. Mike Budenholzer will become the franchise's third head coach in 3 seasons, a run that has included owner Matt Ishbia firing Monty Williams and Vogel in successive seasons. Budenholzer is 54 years old, 2-time NBA Coach of the Year, winning it in 2014 and 15 and 2019 seasons. Coach, is this a good hire for the Phoenix Suns?
It didn't matter who they hired. They have the same issue they had 2 years ago and this past year. They don't have a point guard. You can bring Phil Jackson in there. I don't care who you bring in. Until they go get a point guard, you're going to have the same results. Monty wasn't the problem. Frank Vogel wasn't the problem. Bud is not going to be the problem.
Nah.
The problem going to be the problem.
The problem is going to be they don't have a point guard. If they don't address bringing in a point guard, the same thing is going to happen. They may win another game in the first round, not get swept, but they're not going to achieve what they are trying to achieve. I mean, they did it with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And if Chris Paul don't get hurt, Monty might still be the coach there.
That's a good point, Coach.
But Chris Paul gets hurt, you don't know point guard, and here we are. They got their third coach in their third year. So, I mean, I guess you could say Bud is a good hire because he has a chip on his block, but
So does Frank Vogel.
exactly. So it doesn't matter. They need a point guard.
That's a horrible hire. It's a horrible situation. It's a Spider-Man meme. It's a coach with one chip, with overachieving chip pointing at each other.
It's true. Minus money.
Yeah, minus money. It's a Spider-Man meme pointing at each other, and it's okay. I get it, but there's bigger problems in Phoenix. That team needs to be blown up. The team as constructed is going to be the exact same situation it was in last year. As we've said, as J-Ho said, Coach Lock said, don't have a point guard. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal do not work together in the same backcourt or front, or however you have them lined up. It doesn't work. Need a point guard. You needed a young coach with a young atmosphere. You needed to blow that team up. Trade KD to Oklahoma City. Trade Bradley Beal to whoever on God's green earth will take that bad contract and whoever he will waive his no trade clause for and build around what's left of Devin Booker's prime. Pardon.
He's 27. He got a long prime.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever's left of it. I'm with you. You guys knocked it out of the park. I mean, all of the things that were said, I don't think that this is necessarily a bad hire. I mean, still owe Vogel the remaining $24 million. Mike Budenholzer is from Arizona. His dad is a legendary coach in Arizona. The roster is the problem, not necessarily the point guard, because that is a glaring hole. Just no depth at all. Every team advancing in the playoffs have a bench. They have a guy or 4 that could come in, minus the Knicks. They could come in and help you out. So you got to trade one of those guys. You can't win with 3 players in 2024. It's just not happening. I don't care who you are. And you can't trade Bill because he has a no-trade clause. You're not getting rid of Book because, like Jeff mentioned, he's in the middle of his prime, and he's the only reason that KD even went to the damn program. So Suns are going to run this team back, like Jeff mentioned, with some new pieces. They're going to flame out again, just like Coach mentioned. You guys knocked it out of the park. Not anything else I can do unless they get younger and add in some younger pieces that kind of work out very similar to, like, Bruce Brown worked out for the Denver Nuggets in 2022. That's the only thing I can see.
I hate that for KD, man. Anyway, let's keep it in the NBA. After going 36-46, losing in the play-in tournament in 2023-2024 season, and having just a 3% chance to win this, the Atlanta Hawks, in the most Atlanta Hawk way, in the weakest draft of this decade, the Atlanta Hawks have won the NBA draft lottery, securing the number 1 pick in the Tobias Harris sweepstakes.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
That's basically what it is.
No, dead ass.
Yeah, I'm serious. That's what it is.
Sure.
It's Coach Lock.
Cup full of meat.
What does Atlanta do with this pick? Or do they trade this pick, they keep this pick?
You have to trade the pick, I think, because you're going to lose Trae Young. I think Trae Young is gone.
Yeah.
I don't think he stays. I could see the Lakers trying to get him. He going out to the West Coast. If the Lakers don't get Donovan Mitchell, we know that's been talks about. But this this number 1 pick, like you mentioned for this draft, isn't going to do the Hawks any good. Because they need a star to come in that can make an immediate impact like Wemby is doing for the Spurs.
Yep.
Yes, they didn't win a lot of games, but we know what he can turn into, what he's going to be, and what the future is. Yeah. There's nobody that really stands out in this draft that you say, okay, that's my future. I can draft him, and I know I can build around him, and we'll be fine in a few years.
Yeah. I'm rolling, man. The Hawks had a 3% chance to win this pick. 3%, man. And they're saying the luck of this is getting Tobias Harris, dude, which is crazy. Yeah. Do you know if you'd have got the number 1 pick, what you could have traded to get last year for Vic? You could have got a superstar and picks.
Yeah. Could have got a haul.
You could have got a haul, man. Either way, though, I think Tobias Harris is an upgrade for the Atlanta Hawks. They spent all season listening to trade offers for DeJounte and Trae Young, the clutch backcourt. Well, not so clutch anymore with Trae leaving. But they can opt to kickstart that rebuild like Jeff has been mentioning for years now. Get rid of actual Trae Young and the actual contract of DeJounte Murray to separate teams. You get a haul back for both of those guys. I don't think there's a player available at number 1 that could keep Trae Young there. Yeah. And I think it's very similar to what they did with Dame Lillard in Portland. They replaced him with their pick. So I think it's the same fate for Trae Young. You'll see your replacement being picked there. Not necessarily first, but being traded for. So, yeah, when we saw Scoot Henderson go to Portland, that was Dame's fate. Yeah, it was fate. It was over with. So I think it'll be Trae's and DeJounte as well. That was a sick ass.
That one was got shot. That was a wounded Hawk. Right there.
It's hard out here.
Tough, man.
Oh man,
keep fighting, dog.
That's all I can do.
I know all about it. I been a Chicago Bulls fan.
You got 6 though.
No, Tibbs. Yeah, Tibbs ran Derrick generational talent into the ground.
Jalen Brunson better watch some Derrick.
Man, you better watch him highlights. Yeah. All right, before we get started with halftime, let's talk some more NBA. Bronny James is set to be part of the selection pool in the 2024 NBA draft. Bronny isn't coming into the league as a highly touted prospect, but he's one of the biggest talking points because of who his father is. Bronny participated in the NBA draft combine this week in Chicago, looking to raise said draft stock. Have a question for Jeff. Did Team James make the right decision?
God, man, this is tough because I wanted that kid to go back to school.
Facts.
But he looks good out there. Like he looks, let me rephrase what I'm saying. He looks like he belongs. He looks like he tests well.
Tested well.
Tests very well.
He did that.
He looked the part in the scrimmage.
That's
a pickup game. That's a pickup game. Amari Bailey looked great in that pickup game last year as well.
Yeah, you see where Amari Bailey
went. I know. I'm just saying he's gonna get. So here's the thing. This kid, Bronny James, is a second round draft pick. He's going to be the reason, and he stays in this draft because don't get me started on my conspiracy theories. NBA is going to a 2-day draft now, right?
Yeah,
and you got to have a reason to watch that second round.
You do.
Where is Bronny James going? Is the entire second round, and that's the reason why you watch it. So I get it. I wish the kid would have went back to school, but somebody's going to get a gym though. I think he's going to be a gym for a team.
Gym is crazy. What you got, Coach?
Gym. Yeah, I think this is a mistake by the James clan. I get it.
Yeah, they are.
They're the clan. I get it. And LeBron has come out and says he doesn't care if he plays with his son. It's too late to backtrack that.
Yep.
You said that from the jump, and that's what led to all of this going on. And that's fine. I get that's what you want to do. But I hate this for Bronny because he didn't ask for none of this.
Nah.
He just wants to go be a basketball player, play in college. Let his time come, improve, get better. But it's like he's being forced to go to this draft, and he's not ready yet. Yeah. He's just not ready. Yeah. He could get ready. He could possibly play himself into getting better to be able to be drafted later in his career. But right now, there are too many guys in the sport that's going to deserve that spot over him. Because we all know if his name is not LeBron James Jr., he's not even being talked about.
Facts.
And I don't think it's fair to the guys that have worked to this point who have better years, have a better upside, that they're not going to get the opportunity because he's going to take that spot.
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Perfect say, Coach.
Yeah, he needs reps, man. I mean, you know where you get reps at? In college. You get reps in college, man.
Okay.
He's on the smaller side, so going to have to be elite on defense. He has vision, he has a great basketball IQ, makes the right passes, takes good shots. But he's going to need time to kind of work on his craft. And I don't think that the WNBA's, I said WNBA's, wow. The NBA's G League is a space for him to do that. Why not just go back to college? You made $7.5 million in NIL. Why don't you just do that again? You might not do it at USC, but you can do that somewhere else and do the exact same thing. I think if the Lakers don't draft him, I don't see anybody else drafting him. Teams will want him on a two-way contract. James and Clutch, all of them, they not going for no two-way contract for LeBron James Jr., dog. I've never seen a draft pick that's going in the late 50s being broken down like LeBron James Jr.
Man.
Never seen anything like it. And then his player comp is Davion Mitchell, who has been made, fun of because that is his player comp. But listen, let's just be real.
It's a pro.
When he came out at Baylor, dude, he had a nickname and everything. It was an off night.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a slider.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, is it his fault that he's behind a top 5 point guard in De'Aaron Fox? Hell no.
Yeah.
He's not going to get on the floor. Yeah. So Davion can play, man. I just think 100% he should have went back to college for 2 years, not even just one. 4 points at USC, and I know he was coming off a heart ailment, and he got cleared for that. I just don't think that we'll see the best of Bronny James this year. In 2 years, maybe. But just like the guy you mentioned, Amari Bailey, bro, he didn't play in the NBA a lot.
Yeah.
He was on the G League team. And the kid that played with Bronny James at USC, Boogie Ellis, is a better player than LeBron James Jr., but he won't get said looks because his name isn't LeBron James Jr.
Exactly. But that's kind of why I think a team that takes a flyer on him in the second round gets a gem, because you're going to have a kid with natural God-given talent, right? Enough to where he made it to D1 college basketball. But he's also going to have the funds and the wherewithal and the access to the best coaches, the best treatments, the best fundamental training that no other player will have. Yeah. So he's going to be able to, and he already got, his dad got the best IQ we've ever, probably the best IQ we've ever seen.
So that's going to get.
So he's going to have stuff at his disposal that's going to help him be at least, I believe, a serviceable pro.
Let's peep game though. Like Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, averaged 14 his senior year at UCF, dog. Like, let him get there.
Yep.
Let Bronny can average 14 maybe his senior year.
Yeah. Bronny probably could average 14 next year if he went to college.
A 4 goes to a 9.
Yeah.
Nah, the college trajectory. 14 is
junior
crazy.
Here's why I think he could have achieved that 14 next year, simply because he would have left USC, number one, and he would not have had the health scare that he had coming into his freshman year.
Okay, peep game. So where does he go? Does he go mid-major?
Yeah, he go mid-major. Definitely would have went mid-major.
Where?
Akron.
Yeah.
Play for Drew Joyce at Duquesne?
Yep. It makes sense. It just would have made sense.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So him playing at Duquesne, that 4 turns into what?
12 and 14.
Hell no.
11.
Duquesne now, coach. You know that. That 4 would have been an 8.
I think it would have been 12 to 14.
I think it might have doubled more. I think it might have more than double. That's why I said about.
Bro, y'all talking about tripling. 12.
Yeah. We're not saying he's going to average a dub.
12 is a lot.
But Jeff does make a good point. He didn't have an offseason, really.
He didn't have an offseason.
And he was out of the rotation before he even started.
So this whole.
Boogie Ellis better than him.
That's true.
Isaiah Collins.
Oh, I never argued that.
That's true. So what would Boogie Ellis average if he went to Duquesne?
Boogie Ellis is a better basketball player.
True. So what would he average?
Yeah, so he started in Memphis, averaged about 5.
Okay.
Then he went to USC. The thing went from a 5 to a 10.
And that's going up still.
Up.
Bronny's going to have a full offseason. He's going down.
Boogie Ellis, bro. He ain't good as Boogie Ellis, bro. I'm telling you, Boogie Ellis can boogie. He's back 12 player of the year. What the hell? Yeah. All right, cool. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Amazon Music. Hey, if you got Amazon Prime,
hell yes, there too.
Make sure you do all that, all right? And when these ads start showing, ads are free if you got Amazon Prime or Amazon Music. Make sure you check that out. All right, to get on the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. Halftime, and you are now pocket watching with FSP. In the words of the legendary Wire TV show, Watch the Money, Jimmy. All right, let's talk about it. The cameraman's favorite fantasy wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, is now your NFL's highest paid wide receiver with a 4-year, $120 million contract. Jeez Louise, mac and cheese.
You get that money.
That is $35 million guaranteed with a $16 million signing bonus. Sheesh. Broken down in the state of Michigan, that is $11 million in federal taxes, $900K to the agent, I should say. $700,000 to his Medicare and his insurance. Gotta have the insurance.
Got to.
And $637,000 in Michigan state tax with a net income of $15.7 million for this season. J-Ho,
Yeah.
talk about it.
Reason number 227 for every NFL player. Go get every red cent out of all of these owners, GMs, everything, because nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. You pay year to year until they get into a situation like my boy Deshaun Watson, and everything's guaranteed.
Never
Man,
happen again.
Turns a 30 into a 15. And I'm sure Coach is going to talk about the Jock tax. Like, bro, a Jock tax? That's a meal.
Like, come on, man.
Like, come on, man. And so in turn, and I get this, everybody goes through this, right? If you don't have state income tax, it's something else that'll get you. Yeah. But to see that money dwindle, and you just look at that. And I saw Cam Newton talking about this. They get paid once a month or every week for 17 weeks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So they get their money. And just imagine that check, we'll say probably $800,000, $900,000. But in turn, it could and should be double that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? At least 1.72.
Yeah.
But, man, it's just tough, man, looking at that money being split in half. But at the end of the day, you get paid $30 million. You deserve to get taxed. And that's the reason that these potholes, they don't do enough of these potholes. But we ain't going to talk about that. What you got, Coach?
I mean, like you said, the Jock tax got me.
Yeah.
I don't always, okay, yeah, I get the federal, the agent, the insurance, like Jeff mentioned, the state, Michigan. But Jock tax, come on, man. So for the people that don't know what the Jock tax is.
Talk about it.
It's a tax that professional athletes owe from their salary to most city and states whenever they come into the city or state. Now, there are some states that don't have it, though.
Okay, talk to me.
Those states are Florida, Nevada, Texas, Washington, and Tennessee.
Ooh.
Now, you know what those states have in common?
No state tax.
No personal income tax.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that as an athlete, I have to pay this tax just because I'm there.
Yep.
You don't know what I got going on. You don't know what I got going on. But I got to pay you a tax for that. That's crazy. And they might as well call this the Michael Jordan tax, by the way.
Yeah.
Because they started this out. Jordan went out to L.A. and beat the Lakers. And here we are.
Yeah.
Another Jordan rule, we like to say.
Yeah. They finna implement that for Caitlin.
Yeah.
They got to find a way to get her to get this rookie of the year.
We're going to talk about that, too.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about
We're
that.
definitely going to
What
talk
you
about
got,
that. Here's the thing. Amon-Ra is, it's the cameraman's favorite fantasy football player. And so he gets him every draft. Totally understand. Well deserved. If you're going to pay Jared Goff that type of money that he just got paid, you got to pay his best weapon that same amount of money to keep that weapon happy. We know we got to keep these wide receivers happy. We see what happened in Buffalo. We saw what happened in Tennessee with A.J. Brown. You got to keep the wide receivers happy. So Devontae Adams. Yeah. So if you want Jared Goff to be as good or better as he was last year, or at least stay the same, you got to keep Amon-Ra around. So I'm all for it. But, man, the Jock tax is rough.
Jock tax is rough. That hurt the most.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Agent fee, you got to,
understandable.
Yeah, understandable. Or unless you
doing business.
Unless you like Rashee Rice, who might be on that yellow box real soon. He done fired 5 agents since he been drafted.
It might
Common
be
denominator.
Rashee Rice yellow box Cheerios.
Common
Because
denominator.
he having a rough offseason.
We got to talk about
Common
that.
denominator.
Yeah.
And that is pocket watching with FSP. Like Lester Freeman says, ladies and gentlemen, follow the money, Jimmy.
Watch the pocket.
You ready for the second half, fellas?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Full Sport Press.
J-Ho. Check us out each and every Monday. The Revolution will be podcasted. Revolution will be podcasted. Second half, the 2024 WNBA preview show. Look at God. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it, Coach?
I'm
Yes,
Coach
Lord.
Lock.
Yes. As the league tips off, it's 28th season this week.
Sheesh.
Viewership and revenue are skyrocketing and show no signs of slowing down. Ticket sales are up. Stars are landing the most lucrative endorsement deals in history. Some of these victories are larger than others. But today, the WNBA is beginning to look less like a scrappy startup, more like an entertainment powerhouse. And 2024 could be the year that we look back as the one that changed everything.
You better believe it, buddy.
For the first time in FSP history, we are handing out predictions for the 2024 WNBA season, man.
Let's do it, man.
Look at that, man.
That's what I'm talking
Progressive, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to I invited some WNBA fans to kind of do the show. Conflicts, scheduling. But I'm telling you, we gotta get some WNBA fans up here because Weezy not being here would have been tough. It would have been tough.
Down, man.
He would have said, Weezy would have said, Shamigo Host Claw.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he would have brought it back. Oh, Candace Parker. Who else do Weezy know? He knows
Michelle Snow.
Oh, Michelle.
Oh, Michelle Snow.
Knowing Michelle Snow is.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
Michelle Snow.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Let's kick the first award off being a prediction.
Yeah.
The best free agent signing. Jeff, give me your preseason selection and why. Ooh, this is going to be different. Let's get it.
Here's the thing. Seattle knocked this out of the park.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong, but just pick one. So I'll pick Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Okay.
She's going to be the starting point. They had a rotation at point guard last year. She's going to be now the starting point guard to steady that team and a little more on them later. This was the great pickup by Seattle.
Yep. Coach, what you got?
I'm sticking with Seattle Storm as well, but I went with Nneka Ogwumike.
Okay.
At 32, she finished 6th in scoring with 19 points and had 8.8 rebounds a game. She brings a little more veteran presence to that team who's been there before, who know we can do it. Pairing her with Skylar Diggins-Smith is going to be huge for the Seattle Storm.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going with Jordan Canada from the Atlanta Dream. The Dream have been building something special, making a free agency destination spot in Atlanta. Point guard position has always been the Achilles heel of the Dream. And I think Jordan Canada's willingness to play fast and get after it defensively will make her a perfect fit for Tanisha Wright, who just unlocks point guards at a high level. She just hadn't been able to get one in Atlanta. So up-tempo for their offense. You got Ryan Howard. You got Alicia Gray running the lanes. This is a good team, and they also got a great pickup that I'll talk about here in a sec. But, yeah, Jordan Canada, Atlanta Dream, played at UCLA. All right. Next prediction. Breakout player of the year. Could be the most improved player of the year. Satu Sabale won this award last year. Coach, give me your preseason selection and why.
My preseason selection is Aaliyah Boston from the Indiana Fever.
Okay.
With Caitlin Clark being there, she's going to be getting a lot of attention. Teams are going to be throwing double teams at her. And after her rookie year, Aaliyah Boston has talked about how she had to get in the weight room and get stronger, how she had to get used to the speed of the game, which that's with any transition from college to pros. The guys see the same thing. They get to the league, it's faster, it's stronger. So with her improving on all those things, I think Aaliyah Boston could be breakout player of the year from the Indiana Fever.
Jeff.
I have Dana Evans from Chicago Sky.
Okay.
Playing point.
Yeah.
On the bench last year and will now be the starter. That team has rebuilt itself through the draft.
Yeah.
A little dinged up right now, but when they get healthy, Dana Evans is going to have a breakout year.
I like that. I have Shakira Austin from the Washington Mystics, number 3 pick in the 2022 draft, primed for a breakout season last year. Got injured. With Elena Deladon, Natasha Cloud no longer being on that team, she is officially the franchise cornerstone there. I think she turns that 10-7 into 18-9. Gonna play at a high level like she did at Ole Miss. Very similar to what Satu Sabale did for the Wings last year. I don't think they'll win a lot of games. They just don't have enough players, just enough, people that can put the ball in the hole. But I think there's a perfect year for her to figure out her game and get that nod that she deserves. Shakira Austin, Washington Mystics.
Like it.
All right. Next award is the most underrated player, Jeff. Preseason selection and why?
I'm going with Alicia Gray. I'm Atlanta Dream.
Facts.
Fresh off an All-Star appearance last year.
Like it.
Fresh off of fresh off an All-Star appearance last year, coming in this year, making a playoff appearance last year as well. Expectations are high in Atlanta coming into this season, and she is one of the main reasons why. But flying under the radar because Atlanta sports teams don't get that love out the gate like that.
Gotcha. Coach.
I'm going to go with Kalia Cooper, the Phoenix Mercury.
Yep.
She played on the Chicago Sky team and didn't achieve a lot, so her play went unnoticed. She averaged 18.7 points, 4.4 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 40 from the 3 and 45 from the field. With her going to Phoenix, I think she may get a little more light shined over, even though Chicago is going to be different and have more light this year because of, like Jeff mentioned, all the acquisitions they made. But I think she'll get a little more notice now that she's done that this past year with the Sky.
Gotcha.
People are starting to know she is a little more.
Yeah. My pick is Easy Magbador from the Seattle Storm. Last season, besides Jewel Lord, it was her and Easy. It was a two-man show. Only shows in town. I think she's one of the best young players in the league. Ended up being a WNBA All-Star last year. Defensive juggernaut. Averaged 13, going along with 8 boards. If her offensive game develops to the same level of her defensive prowess, continue to improve as far as decision making and stepping out shooting the three a little bit more, I think she'll be one of the top players in the WNBA real soon. So Easy Magbador from the Seattle Storm.
Like it.
Next up, we have comeback player of the year, Coach. Preseason selection and why?
This was going to be Brittany Griner's award, so she had the toe injury. So that's kept her out. She hasn't been able to play yet. So I'm going to go with Skylar Diggins-Smith from the Seattle Storm. We know the pregnancy kept her out last year. But the year before that, she was doing what Skylar does, averaging 19 on 34 minutes a game. I think she's going to come back. And with the additions to the Storm, she's going to be back at the top of the league with the Storm. So I'm going to go with Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Jeff.
I got Shakira Austin here.
Yeah.
For everything you said earlier, Jay, coming off the injury, last year was supposed to be her breakout year, and this is going to be the year where she turns around. Like you said, she is the main attraction for the Washington Mystics.
Only show in town.
Yeah.
My pick, who set out a year last year, is Tina Charles, Atlanta Dream. Set out the entire year. Last time she played was in Seattle, where she averaged 18 and 9. Just bringing that veteran presence to a young, gritty team, like I talked about earlier for Tanisha Wright. And she has a real tendency to get the best out of players. Seeing Ryan Howard, got Alicia Gray, who Jeff mentioned is the most underrated player, which I totally agree with. You'll see a reinvigorated Tina Charles, a little older in the tooth, but still playing at a high level. I think she'll still get that 18 and 9 that she gets every year. Next up, we have first-time All-Star Jeff, preseason selection, and why?
I'm doubling down with Shakira Austin.
Yeah.
Again, with being the only show in town, she's going to put up great numbers, and she's going to do it efficiently. So I'm going with Shakira Austin.
Coach.
Caitlin Clark is going to get this because of popularity. It's going to be one of those things where she gets up all the votes from everybody, not necessarily because she's going to be playing at an all-star selection type of season, but just because of the likes, everybody she has the following right now, Caitlin Clark is going to be an all-star.
Yep. My pick is Kiera McCown for the Dallas Wings. She had a breakout year in 2023. The big part of this Dallas Wings team is because of Satu Sabalay's emergence as one of the WNBA's best players on the wing. But she had a shoulder surgery, so she won't be back until right around the Olympic break. So she's led the WNBA in offensive rebounds since she's been drafted. Latricia Chamel has played her at extensive minutes. It's just she didn't have the touches. Natasha Howard broke her foot last night, so in turn, she's going to get all the touches between her and Arika Ogunbowale. So, man, she's going to be a force to reckon with. 6'7", a beast on the boards. This is the year for Kiera McCown. I hope so, man, because she deserves it. She's playing at a high level right now.
Absolutely.
Yep. Next award is Coach of the Year. Last year, Stephanie White, Connecticut Sun, won. Coach, give me your preseason selection and why.
I'm going to go with Sandy Brondello from New York Liberty. Yep. They'll be one of the best teams in the league this year, and I think Becky is going to run into a little voters fatigue because the Aces have always been good. They're going to be a contender again this year. Even though the Liberty were good last year, I think Sandy will get this one this year.
Jeff?
Noelle Quinn from the Seattle Storm.
Okay.
We talked about Skylar Diggins-Smith. Nneka and Ngumake is going to be there as well.
Yeah.
They joined Jewel Lloyd, pardon me. It's a big 3 for them. They went 11-29 last year. More on them later, what they're going to do this year.
Yeah. I'm rolling with Coach Sandy Brondello. Last year, it was voter fatigue for Becky, so they gave it to Connecticut Storm's coach. Connecticut Suns coach, because Alyssa Thomas was on that team. She went crazy. So I think with Sandy Brondello, she's one of the best coaches in the whole W. So you bring him in another scorer alongside all of those guys that they have in Breonna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu. And then on top of that, you bring in Markeisha Grant, who's a scorer that you got in the draft this year. They shouldn't lose many games this year. I think the award goes to the healthiest team. And I think with CP not playing for Aces, and on top of that, Chelsea Gray coming back a little bit later in the season, I think it is Brondello's award to lose. So I'm rolling with Sandy. Rookie of the Year. Aaliyah Boston won last year. Jeff, who's your winner and why?
All right. So I get it. I know this award is pretty much predetermined, right? But the last time I thought award was predetermined was DeMar Hamlin, and boy, was I wrong for comeback player of the year.
Both of y'all.
Me too, Jeff. Me
So,
too, Jeff.
I'm not going to say this award is
Who you
predetermined.
going to give it to then?
I believe that Angel Reese is going to be a walking double-double because they are injured right now, and she's going to be able to find her own shots off the glass and create that averaging 14 and maybe 9 or 10 a game.
Yeah.
And that's going to solidify her as Rookie of the Year.
Okay. Coach?
I agree with Jeff. I had Angel Reese.
Really?
Yeah, because if it's not a popularity contest, like Jeff kind of mentioned, we've seen Caitlin Clark struggle. She's putting up numbers like she had 20 and then she had 9, so we know that averaged out to about 15 a game. But like Jeff mentioned, Angel's going to also do other things outside of the scoring, and her team is going to be better, I believe, because of her supporting cast that she has, especially when Cardoza gets back in the mix. She's out right now. She'll be out for about 4 weeks, maybe 5. But I think Angel Reese could sneak in and win this pick because her numbers will be better to me than Angel. I mean, not the Angel, than Caitlin Clark.
Rookie of the Year just comes down to the best combination of talent and opportunity. And I think Angel Reese will have a lot of opportunity. I also think Cam Brink will have a lot of opportunity. But Caitlin Clark is going to win this, guys. It just goes down to the fact that, yes, she's going to struggle, but they're going to find ways to use her. They switched her to put her at point in the second half of that game last night, and you see things kind of opened up a little bit more. Pick and roll action with her and Aaliyah Boston. I think this is her award to lose, and it's going to be an uphill battle because, again, everybody is keying on her. Like, I remember when Lonzo Ball came into the league and Pat Bev was the first assignment for her. Man, it was a long night for him, dog. And I saw the same thing happen to Caitlin Clark. But at the end of the day, there's close to 40 games in the season, depending on how long you play through the Commissioner's Cup. So I think that she'll figure out ways to kind of get open. Weezy's on that team, Erica Wheeler. They still have Kelsey Mitchell's on that team, Nalissa Smith, and, of course, Boston. So, in turn, there are people there that can really help her, but I really think that she's going to get enough shots. I don't think Angel Reese is going to get enough shots because Izzy's there, and they still have what's the other kid's name that plays there? Shoots all the damn balls. Diamond DeShields is still there. Yeah. So I just really don't think that she'll get enough, especially when Cardoza comes. I think they're going to kind of get in each other's way.
I think, not to dwell on this too much, Angel Reese is such a good rebounder, though,
yeah,
that she's going to get a lot of her 12 to 14 and come on second chance points.
This is the thing about the Fever. They're going to fire that coach within the next week or two. I'm telling you, they're going to fire that coach.
The Fever?
Sad.
Yeah.
She can't keep this up. Yeah, it's too much. It's messing with the church's money.
No,
it's
not her fault.
I'm not saying she is. I'm not saying it is, but
the Fever, what they did, and people talk about this all the time. They didn't really need Caitlin Clark, y'all.
Oh, she was the best available.
She was just the best of it. They needed a post. They needed a 4. They need Cam Brink.
They had to take Caitlin Clark.
So you got to. Because what I'm saying is, E. Wheeler's there, and then on top of that, you got Kelsey Mitchell, who averaged 21 points a game last year, y'all. How do you get in the way of Erica Wheeler? And now they didn't win shit. They ain't win a game. But what I'm saying is, they drafted for the best player available, and I think that was a wrong decision. I think Cam Brink should have went there. But you can't turn down Caitlin Clark and all that revenue.
For sure. Too much money.
So which in turn is going to get their coach fired because their coach is trying to play 3 guards. And you can't play 3 guards. You just can't.
Especially when Caitlin ain't got no wiggle.
None.
If she has some wiggle, you could do it.
Man, come on, man.
But she has no wiggle.
Yeah, it's tough, man. The next award is Sixth Player of the Year. Alicia Clark won last year. Coach, who's your preseason selection and why?
I'm going with Maisha Hines-Allen from the Washington Mystics.
Okay.
She's a former All-NBA second-teamer going into a 7th season with the Mystics, and she's starting to figure out her role coming off the bench after starting all those years. But she could come up and win this award because she has been there. Mm-hmm. We know what she can do. She just has to stay consistent and efficient as the scorer that she can be throughout the season, and she'll win the 6th Woman of the Year award.
Jeff.
I think this is, depending on the Aces rotation, this is Alicia Clark's award to lose again. But just hypothetically speaking, I go with Kayla Thornton from New York Liberty. Okay. Lockdown defender on the perimeter. And that team's going to be in the mix the entire season. She's going to be a big key on their defensive end and can give you a bucket or two.
Yeah. That's why I'm, for a lot of those reasons, I'm going with Sammy Whitcomb from the Seattle Storm. Seattle team's loaded, man. She came in last year for a Storm team that was not good. So she finished 3rd or 4th in balloting last year for 6th Woman of the Year. Still averaged 10 points a game. Now she has Skylar to be able to penetrate and kick. You got Gumake. You got Easy. And on top of that, you're just open. So in turn, you're going to get more opportunities because Jewel Lloyd is there as well. So this is her year to win it. Just a better situation for Sammy Whitcomb to live. So rolling with that. Defensive Player of the Year, Asia Wilson. Won the last 2 years. Jeff, give me your preseason selection and why.
Alyssa Thomas wins this year.
Really?
One of the league's best defenders. She can guard every position. Often does it. And I may be a prisoner of the moment of what they were able to do against the Indiana Fever in their first game. And her anchoring that defense is one of the reasons why. Give me Alyssa Thomas this year.
Heard you. What you got, Coach?
I went with Engelberger from the Seattle Storm.
Mm-hmm.
She was all defensive second team with 1.1 steals and 1.9 blocks per game. It was second in WNBA, but second in Seattle's franchise history as well. With them having a lot of more attention, with the additions they have, which means they're going to win more games, I think more light will be shined on her. And with her being that defensive stopper, I could see her winning Defensive Player of the Year.
True defensive stopper there. I'm rolling with Asia, man. Pulling off the three-peat, man. I think there is a chance, though, that voter fatigue becomes a real thing. Yeah. And, she's won the last 2 seasons, but she hasn't showed any signs of slowing down at all. Yeah. Obvious choice. Last season, she led the league in all defensive ratings, guys. Top 10 in the league in steals as a 4 or 5. Like, come on. It's her award to lose. But in a couple of years, I think Cam Brink is going to win this 2 or 3 times in a row as well. She's a high-level defender as well. But, yeah, I think this is Asia pulling off the three-peat, breaking records. All right. The big award, the most valuable player, Breanna Stewart, won last year. Coach, give me your preseason selection and why.
I want to go to Alyssa Thomas from the Connecticut Sun after finishing second in the league in assists, 3rd in steals, and almost averaging a triple-double last year. So she's naturally going to build on that year. The only thing that's going to hurt her is her low scoring. She only averages about 11, 12 points a game. So I got to go Asia Wilson for the fact that she's going to be pissed about not winning it this past year.
Yes.
She's going to go into it mad about the snub, and she's going to be out to show why she should be MVP. Even though she won Finals MVP, and that's the one she'd rather have, I believe. But I don't see how she doesn't continue to dominate and show why she should have won MVP last year. So she's out for blood to get MVP this year.
Good. What you got to do?
Coach got it. Asia Wilson.
You got to.
Yeah, this is the comeback season. This is the revenge tour for not winning last year. Yeah,
I'm rolling.
Put up numbers.
I think to give her a 4th place vote,
it's crazy.
It's crazy, man. She's going to play with the chip on her shoulder the entire year. Came out and had 30, 10, and 5 first game. I think the reason that she didn't win last year is because they were blowing teams the hell out like how they did last year or last night or a couple of nights ago. And she wasn't playing in the 4. That won't happen this year. No. They blew that team out that they just played in their first game. She stayed in that game to get 30 and 10. So I don't think Becky Hammond will messed up because she was upset at herself. She's like, I should have played her some of those games, but she was looking further. You know,
eyes on the prize.
should.
Yeah, eyes on the prize.
Got Candace Parker hurt. You know, you're looking at like I need to keep Asia as healthy as possible, but I think she's going to elevate that playing time and keep her even in lopsided matchups. So I'm rolling Asia Wilson, who should have won it last year.
You know what else lets me know she's going to win this award?
What's that?
Did y'all see the interview at at the end of the game where she was getting interviewed and they asked her what did she tell her team, and she told her team basically, y'all out here bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't let this last year 2 year stuff fool you. This league is good. Y'all out here tripping.
Yeah.
We gotta get this shit going. And they came out the second half and got rolling.
Yeah.
They let you know what her
What
mental
time she
focus
in?
is.
Yeah, she
Locked
tapped
in.
in. Yeah. And the last prediction is our WNBA final prediction. Now we have the Aces versus the Liberty last year. Preseason selection, Jeff, talk to me.
The Las Vegas Aces versus the Seattle Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, as I've talked about throughout these award predictions, has put together their own version of a super team.
Yeah.
And now is the time, and this 1 year run against the Aces is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's a 3-team race for the chip, and I think these are the two that are going to survive.
Connecticut's up there. It's a 14.
Okay, I give you
Connecticut's up there.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
I give you
New
Connecticut.
York,
Yeah.
Seattle.
And the Aces.
Phoenix, if BG comes back,
Yeah.
they got Kalia Copper.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good team.
It
It's a
is.
solid team.
It is.
That's a good team.
Same level as
Yeah.
the Dream, though. They're same level as Atlanta Dream, though.
No. Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. Yeah. Alicia Gray.
Yeah.
Tina Charles. Ryan Howard. Yeah.
Same level.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan.
Yeah. What you got, Coach?
I think this is the years of the Jazz and the Bulls.
Mhm.
I think the Aces and the Liberty run it back again.
One more time.
It's hard to
Yeah.
go against those two teams, especially with the Liberty adding the players that they did to
Yeah.
go along with Stewie and Sabrina. And then, of course, the Aces are just the Aces.
Yeah.
Chelsea Gray, Plum, Asia Wilson, man. And
Jackie Young.
yes.
They don't talk about Jack enough.
and,
Jackie
and you
Young.
should.
Yeah, she can go, man.
It's just hard for me to go against those guys. Not
That literally guys.
specifically.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got to go Liberty and Aces again.
Yeah. That Liberty team, man, the people that don't talk about the really good players, but Naja Laney, man, she is cold. She is cold. That starting five, that's the best starting five in the W. That's the best starting five in the W. That's the best starting five in the W. It ain't even close neither. Because let me tell you why.
I don't know.
Bet Naja Laney is better than Kia Stokes. That's it.
On Mondays and Fridays.
Nah, Bet Naja Laney better than her, bro.
On
That's the
Mondays
one.
and Fridays.
That's the man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think that one, that
Yeah.
statement right there gonna come back and bite you.
I'm telling you.
that one's gonna bite you.
With health, I'm telling you, you go Sabrina,
Yeah.
and she cancels out with KP. You go Chelsea Gray,
Okay.
and then Chelsea Gray wins over Sloot,
Okay.
Courtney Vandersloot. And then your three is who's the three for the Jack, Jack.
Jackie.
And then that's
Jackie
Benaj Laney.
Jackie wins that.
Jackie wins that.
Right.
And then
2-1.
No.
Did we-
Then that's when we go
Did you ain't played the big joker yet though?
the Asia and Bree
Asia.
Stewart.
Man.
They cancel out.
They cancel out.
They cancel.
man.
No,
They cancel out.
Asia
Those
play
two,
both. Well, Bree play both sides.
yeah, those two cancel.
Yeah. So it gets tricky now. It gets a little tricky.
That one might bite you in the
And then and then Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones is better than Kia Stokes. 100%. She won MVP. Kia Stokes ain't never been an MVP.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
It was 2 years ago, Jill.
That was a while ago.
That's what I'm saying. She came to the Liberty
Yes.
as an MVP.
Well, technically 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying she was the MVP.
Yeah.
Come on now. I'm saying
right now.
Jackie Young, that's 3-2 now, wouldn't you say? And there's a wash in there. I ain't gonna talk about washes because it stressed me out. But my pick for finals predictions, I'm rolling with Jeff. I got the Aces versus the Storm. Let me tell you why. The Storm have players that are hungry.
Yes.
You got Easy Magbador, you got Guma K,
Yeah.
got Sammy Whitcomb coming off the bench, and you got Jewel Lloyd, and you got Skylar Diggins, who played together at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So they're very familiar with each other. You know that, Coach. If you in a situation where you playing with somebody, man, it's chemistry already there. If they stay healthy, and Skylar is half of what I think Skylar could be, hey, man.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be a tough. But I don't think they could get past the Liberty with that 5. Not with Jonquel, dog. Nah, dog. And Bree,
That's what I'm saying.
that's tough, man.
Seattle's
That
going to
4-5 is
surprise you this
that
year.
4-5 is rough.
4-5 is tough. Bro, they worst players slew, and she just a point guard.
I'm telling you.
Ionescu is cold.
I'm telling you.
It's gonna be
Seattle,
interesting to see.
Seattle's gonna Seattle
It's gonna be interesting.
as a team. They look great.
They do.
They look great.
Yeah,
You can't go wrong.
I think what messes up the Aces, though, is the fact that they weren't prepared to play Kia Stokes. She's supposed to come off the bench. CP is supposed to start.
Yeah.
So, really, I think one of those players like Agumake really is supposed to be in Vegas. Because just think
CP
about it.
'cause
Because
CP
CP's
retired
contract is
later.
just there.
Lord
She retired
have
later.
She retired. She retired a week
Jesus
before training
Christ,
camp.
the league is better be lucky that she did that,
Bro,
Because if they had her,
if they had her, any of those fours,
night,
it'd be a long night.
night.
Yeah, it'd be a long night. Yeah. That is our first WNBA season preview show. That was a fun
good
time.
one.
That was a good one. That was good. That was fun.
Good job.
We did good, guys. I'm gonna be real. We did good. Wasn't a lot of overlapping. It was good. It was good. You tell guys did their research.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm proud of y'all, man. For real.
dog.
Yeah.
Good
That was
job
all
by
right.
you.
We all, but we all,
Hey.
as listeners though, we all watch WNBA.
Yeah. No, for
you
sure.
know.
Yeah.
And not just this year.
Not just
this
We
year.
didn't- We didn't
Yeah.
jump on the bandwagon.
When you drop off a Betnaja Laney name like that, you're like, oh yeah, them boys locked in. Yeah.
Shout out
That's
to
what's up.
the Player Society. There's a clothing brand. They had a shirt that said, "So you all just tuned in to women's basketball. You're welcome."
You will.
Yeah, I love that shirt. I ordered it, didn't get here in time, but that's a great shirt.
Nah, dead ass.
Yeah.
There's some good hoop
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah,
Really good hoop going on, man. If you're trying to watch some good hoop throughout the summer,
yeah.
it is the WNBA.
And it
Hold you
shows
Yeah.
because we've literally just named 6 teams
Yeah.
that have a chance
They
to
got a
be
chance.
in the finals.
They got a chance.
You know?
It's gonna be a good season.
Yeah.
Barring injuries. I just hope everybody when you wish that everybody stays healthy with BG already being hurt. Chelsea Gray coming off a foot injury. She's gonna come back a little later. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good season. I hope this Tarasi's last one. I really do.
It needs to be. She
man,
she
she's
should have
killing
got
me.
out there with CP. Man.
Yeah, she should. Yeah. Try to keep that money.
Take it up a slot.
Yeah.
You take it up a spot.
Say that money. Tweet some questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. More importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Coach
Get a drummer song.
Jeff,
Camera's always on, brother.
cameraman, the revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcast. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The revolution will be podcasted.